The Power of Tantra by Dr. Narayan Dutt Shrimali. Jai Gurudev. Welcome to all sadhakas, shishyas and lovers of Tantra, the ancient spiritual discipline related to the power of Shakti, the female principle of creation by Paramapujya Gurudev, Paramahams Yogiraj Swami Nikhileshwaranandji, also known as Dr. Narayan Dutt Shrimali. Foreword is given by Pujaniya Burbua Babaji, who is a spiritual saint and an accomplished tantric with a worldwide reputation. He is highly respected in the spiritual as well as tantric circles. Babaji was the main source of inspiration behind the great tantric convention at Kamakhya, the seat of Kamakhya Devi, the deity of Tantra. His was the greatest contribution in getting together distinguished tantrics and mantrics on one platform for the tantric convention. Introduction and narration is given by Gurubai Yogi Gyananandji, who was a participant and an eyewitness of the tantric convention. The English commentary of this work, along with Kannada and Telugu versions, I am offering at the lotus feet of Paramapujya Gurudev. Todiyam vastu nikilam tubhyamevam samarpayet. With love and gratitude, Jai Gurudev and all glory to Gurudev, Guruji Nikhil Sachidananda. Foreword by Pujaniya Burbua Babaji. Yogi Gyanananda showed me the letters related to Dr. Narayan Dutt Shrimali's life. He wished them to be published. The letters selected by him from the collection are indeed significant, since they reflect the personality of Shrimali ji. I feel that these letters should have been published much earlier, as they not only transcend time but will also be a source of inspiration to those engaged in sadhana, that is, tantric practices. Through them they will experience a new surge of energy within themselves and will get renewed vigor and courage to go ahead on their chosen path. I am familiar with the many facets of Shrimaliji's personality. Although I am unable to fathom his total personality, from my personal knowledge of him, he appears colossal like the Himalayas and pure like the Ganga. He has lived his life fully and has enjoyed every moment of it. I am amazed how an individual could have attained so many dimensions of sadhana, but there he is, a living example of this achievement. He has elucidated the original form of Vedic mantras and through their basic sounds transports us back to the era of their creation. He got these original sounds recorded on tape, and this in itself is a monumental work. These tapes are worth preserving for the coming generations. From these they will know how sages recited the Vedas in ascending and descending notes, leaving an indelible impression on the mind. Being a disciple of Sarvashrestha Yogiraj Sri Sachidananda is the greatest honor and good fortune today, and this honor belongs to Shrimali ji. Yogiraj is one of the founders of the Siddhashrama, and the entire world is indebted to him today. For sadhakas, practitioners like us, it is a rare good fortune even to be able to have a glimpse of him. The fact that Shrimali ji is his disciple speaks of his extraordinary personality. He is the favorite disciple of Sachidananda ji, and in him we have found the very embodiment of the mantras. Yogi Jnanananda has given here vignettes of the Tantric convention held at Kamakhya. The rare and difficult sadhana performed by Srimali ji at the convention was unique. I was already familiar with the Tantric aspect of him, and it would be no exaggeration to call him the modern Gorakhnath. I do not find myself competent enough to write about him. Although I am older in age, one superior in knowledge is Jnanavruddha, ripe in wisdom. I therefore pay my homage to him. The troubles and travails he has gone through in his life are tremendous. He has tried to make every moment of his life meaningful. He has not lived just for the sake of living. In Tantrism, he has been able to come close to persons like Trijata Agori. This is not of little significance. I am aware of Srimaliji's temperament. He is a shy person. He does not like to talk about himself, nor does he like to hear his praises. If, however, these letters do not get published, it would amount to depriving the practitioners of Tantra of something valuable. Along with these letters, others related to rare sadhanas are being published here. From these, one learns that if sadhana is done the proper way, it undoubtedly yields results. Practitioners can benefit from these too. Srimaliji is active even today and is happy bestowing his knowledge on his disciples. This is evident from his letters. My feelings towards him are of humility, and I pray to God to grant him a long family life to enable the society to benefit from him. May he live long and continue to inspire us. Burbua Baba. I shall begin with the Tantric convention at Kamakhya. This convention was a subject of discussion amongst us. For those who believed in Tantra and knew about Tantric practices, this was an unprecedented opportunity as the convention was to be held at the seat of Kamakhya, the deity of Tantra. Although the convention was not published in the press, it was a welcome piece of information for those initiated in Tantra, and it was reported that some foreign Tantrics too were to participate in the convention. It was said that distinguished Tantrics from all over India would be participating in the convention, but only those who had mastered at least one of the 10 Mahavidyas, great skills, would be permitted to participate. Now for Tantra, this is a high standard to achieve. This precondition was laid down so that only very distinguished Tantrics would participate. The organizers did not wish the place to be overcrowded by novices and precious time wasted. This convention was neither a political one nor a social occasion. It was not funded by big businessmen, nor was mere curiosity the motivation. The only objective was to explore the possible contribution that could be made by Tantrics in the changing social conditions and find the ways in which they could benefit the society. Moreover, it was also the intention to find out how many expert Tantrics existed in the country. The media employed to achieve this purpose reached Tantrics and Yogis living in the distant Himalayas. By Tantrics, I do not mean only practicing Tantrics, but also those who had mastered the Mantra Shastra. In other words, this convention was aimed as an interaction between great Mantra Shastris, masters of mantras, and Tantra Shastris, masters of Tantra. The matter had been under consideration for a year. We were waiting eagerly for the inauguration of the convention. It was a 10-day affair, and all those distinguished in this area had been contacted. Happily, most of the invitees had consented to attend. Included among these were Pagala Swami, Swami Chaitanya Murti, Krupalu Swami, Baba Bhairavnath, Swami Pret Baba, Agori Girijananda, Agori Karparanand Bharati, and Trijata Agori. I had heard of these great personalities millions of times. They had become legends associated with great miracles. A get-together of such tantrics, mantriks, and agoris was a great wonder for us. The consensus was to gather left and right wing experts in sadhana at one place to demonstrate their siddhis, ways and means of overcoming the obstacles in achieving them, and in what way they could benefit common people were to be the subjects of discussion at this convention. Moreover, this was the first time in 5000 years that sadhakas, tantriks, mantriks and yogis of such great distinction were to assemble at one place. The efforts made by some yogis in this direction were indeed laudable. It was only due to their efforts that the impossible had been achieved. Yogis in remote spots in the Himalayas could be approached and persuaded to attend the convention. Efforts were made not to over-publicize this convention and to keep away onlookers and curious spectators from thronging the place. This could have led to chaos, and the very objective of the convention would have been defeated. Moreover, the sadhakas had to be assured that they would not be expected to appear before common people and demonstrate their siddhis. They were right in their own way, and it was only proper that the dignity of this extraordinary gathering was maintained and the prestige of the distinguished participants suffered in no way. For the last 20 years, I have been trying to penetrate into the realm of Tantra, and I have been able to master Tara Vidya, which is one of the 10 great skills in Tantra. I have experimented this with success and had gone up in my own estimation. Frankly, I had overestimated myself. But after participating in this convention, I realized how little I knew and that I was nowhere when compared to the great accomplishments of the participating sadhakas. I am not even worth a particle of dust. I cannot reach their heights even if I learnt at their feet for hundreds of years. I was permitted to attend the convention only after I had gone through difficult tests in Tara Sadhana. I learnt in this convention what I had not in 20 years. It was perhaps a reward for some good deeds I might have done in my present and past lives. If Tantra and Mantra still exist in this country today, it is only because of some of the great sadhakas. नारायणोत्वं निखिलेश्वरोत्वं माता पिता गुरु आत्मा त्वमेवं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुरुद्रा त्वमेवं सिद्धाश्रमो त्वं गुरुवं प्रणम्यम्. ತ್ವಮೇವ ಮಾತಾ ಚ ಪಿತಾ ತ್ವಮೇವ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಬಂಧುಶ್ಚ ಸಖಾ ತ್ವಮೇವ ತ್ವಮೇವ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ದ್ರವಿಣಂ ತ್ವಮೇವ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಸರ್ವಂ ಮಮ ದೇವ ದೇವ. ತ್ವದೀಯಂ ವಸ್ತು ನಿಖಿಲಂ ತುಭ್ಯಮೇವಂ ಸಮರ್ಪಯೇತ್. ಜೈ ಗುರುದೇವ್. ಪರಮಪೂಜ್ಯ ಗುರುದೇವ್ ಯೋಗಿರಾಜ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ನಿಖಿಲೇಶ್ವರಾನಂದಜಿ ಮಹಾರಾಜರ ಪವಿತ್ರತಮ ದಿವ್ಯ ಚರಣಾರವಿಂದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪ್ರೇಮಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ. ಈ ಪಾವಾನುವಾದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಗುರೂಜಿ ನಿಖಿಲ್ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ